Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. We're going to jump right in with this stencil I cut out of an Aztec pattern that I got from Creative Fabrica. I am affiliated with Creative Fabrica and they have been awesome in sharing a link with me that I can share with you all. I have that link in the description below. Y'all be sure to go and click the link and get yourself a subscription. All items come with a commercial license so that you can use all the beautiful things that Creative Fabrica has to offer. And y'all don't forget to like this video, share it, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell icon so that you can get notified when I upload a new video. So we're starting off with, I've already cut out this stencil, and what I'm doing is I'm actually using a cup that I glittered a while back. I don't remember the color of the glitter. It's a silver shimmer, but I don't remember the exact color of it or where I got it from. But we're going to use it. So I am going to place this stencil onto the tumbler and make sure that it is evenly spaced out. Um, this stencil is very, very detailed, and you'll see that toward the middle of after. You'll see that soon in the video. But I was trying to use my scraper tool here to place it on, but the stencil was giving me a hard time and it didn't want to just slide off like it normally does, which is fine. But we're going to go ahead and get this on and then trim off the top and the bottom, and then we'll start revealing the stencil. If you can see from the overlapping of the stencil, I cut it too big, which is fine because along that seam is where I'm going to put my decals. But we're going to take this layer off, and yeah, you do have to have a sharp blade on your X-Acto knife so that it cuts a clean line on your stencil. I'm wrapping the new blade in a tape so that I can throw it away and it doesn't accidentally, nobody gets cut or anything with it. So that's what I was doing there. I'll give up here in a minute and I'll end up using my edge cutting tool to cut the bottom and the top of the stencil. The pattern was really, it's so detailed, and it was giving me a hard time pulling up the transfer tape from it because it was wanting to pull off the little cut patterns that are on it. But I went ahead here and got out the edge cutting tool to cut the bottom and the top. I believe I cut the top as well, yes. But yeah, this stencil is giving me a hard time, and I think it's because of the pattern. The pattern is very, very detailed, and it has a lot of little pieces, cut out pieces. So I think that's what was giving me the problem. I was pulling it up while I was trying to remove that transfer tape. Okay, so I'm going to do my best to try to trim down that seam, that overlapping seam. I didn't do too good of a job on it because that's where I end up having to hide it with the decals. I was trying to get that seam trimmed, but I think what I ended up deciding to do was weeding out all the little pattern, the stencil pattern. And I'm not gonna bore y'all with the entire tumbler, because if you see there how tiny the pattern is, the pieces in the pattern, It is a lot. It is a lot. So I'll let y'all see a little bit, then I'll cut off the camera and I'll finish weeding the pattern, and then I'll come back after I've weeded it all out. So here shortly, I'm only going to show so much of it, and then I'll come back. Okay, so we are back, and I've weeded it out the pattern. You see how many little pieces this pattern, it took me a good while. I know a lot of Tumbler creators find it satisfying to weed stencils, but this one wasn't. It was too much. But here I am, I'm rubbing it all down to make sure that nothing's lifted so that I can take it outside and spray paint it. And I do spray it with, I think it's called Clear Skies, it's a Colorshot spray paint from Michaels. But I'm going to finish up a few little cutouts that I missed, and then we'll take it out and spray paint it. Okay, so here we have it. I spray painted it with Colorshot spray paint it's called Clear Skies. And this mica powder, it's a chameleon mica powder that I got off of Amazon. I have that linked in the description below. It comes with 4 colors, 4 color shifting colors. And the one I end up using is the blue, green, I think it's blue, green, and gold, is the one I ended up using for this tumbler. This mica powder does come with a little scoop and a little brush, and I'll use the brush to place it onto the tumbler. I know it seems like there's not a lot of mica powder in those little pouches, but a little, if you've worked with mica powders before, a little bit goes a long way. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do what I'm going to attempt to do is brush on the mica powder. And if you notice, it's not sticking. It's not, it doesn't look like it's doing anything. So I'm not too happy with that, but I ended up using some Aleene's Tack It Over and Over, and I brushed it on to the entire cup, and I dried it so that Aleene's Tack It Over and Over, um, it's a glue, it's a tacky adhesive, and when you dry it, it stays tacky, allowing whatever you put on it to adhere better. So here it is, Tack It Over and Over. I got it at Michael's, and I'm going to use a brush that I got at the Dollar Tree. I don't know if y'all familiar with these Wet n Wild brushes, but I can't find them no more anywhere. I think the secret got out that they're $1.25 at Dollar Tree, so they're always sold out. And so excuse this one for being old and used looking. Anyways, I'm going to brush this, Tack It Over and Over on the entire cup, and then I'm going to dry it, and then we're going to try again with the mica powder. Okay, so here we have it. I dried it. It still looks shiny, but that's because it's still tacky. And we're going to go in again with the little brush and the mica powder, and you'll see the difference of how it adheres to the cup. You'll see that you'll notice it more. See how it looks darker because it actually has something to grip onto. Whereas earlier it was just on the paint and it wasn't tacky or anything. So anyways, I'm not going to bore you again with this entire little bitty brush covering the entire cup. So I'll play a little bit of it and then I'll cut it out and come back once I've colored the entire cup with this mica powder. Okay, so here we are. Look how beautiful that looks. If y'all still with me, thank you. Y'all don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell so that y'all be notified every time I upload a new video. But now that what I'm doing is I was rubbing down the mica powder to make sure it got adhered to the cup really good and that I didn't miss no spots. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up this stencil. And pulling up the stencil is going to reveal the silver glitter that I have underneath. I had a little bit of an editing oopsie by cutting it off for what, a second? So never mind that part. I'm still learning all this editing software that I have. Y'all be careful when using your pen because the little sharp needle at the end of the pen can scratch your tumbler and then it'll show up underneath the epoxy. Sorry if y'all hear some noise in the background. Somebody's, I think, doing some construction to their house, and they got the saw going. If y'all can hear it, I apologize. Looking at the video, the mica powder that I used was a blue, green, gold shifting color, and you can't even really tell it from the video that it has blue and green in it, but it's the color shifting part. If you can see when I move the tumbler, you can see the shimmer of the blue and the green. So I could have sworn that I cut the video off instead of boring y'all with all this peeling up of the stencil. Oh, well, here it goes. All right, so here we are. Everything's pulled up. You see my mess from the stencil, and you see how tiny all the little pattern was. It's really pretty. It's really pretty. Um, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to coat it with epoxy, and then we're going to come back here and lay down our decals. Here's after, I think what I did was 2 coats of epoxy. And I sanded it down and prepared it, but you see the seam right there is where I'm going to put the decals. And that decal, the cow skull that I got, it's called a bull skull. I got it from Etsy from a vendor called Slidehustle. I get a lot of my vinyl and decals from him. They have a lot of pretty ones. But anyways, this one is beautiful, and I got it from there. The other 2 that you see underneath it, the feathers with the floral, I don't remember where I got those. It could have been from Slidehustle. I just couldn't find the link of from it, but I'll use those 2 to just to help cover up the seam. So I did the hinge method to place that decal down, and I'm going to trim away these as well, and I'll do trimming on the flowers. I place them toward the very end And then what I'll do is I'll trim the top part and the bottom part so that they don't overhang. If you notice, the cup on the inside does look like it's dirty, but what it is from spray painting, and I wiped it down with acetone. I don't give it to my customers that way. Definitely not. What I do is I clean it really, really good with acetone, and then I wash it in hot soapy water. Not too hot, but hot soapy water so that it gets really clean. And then give it to the I'll sell it to my customer. So here, what I'm doing, whenever you make sorry, my phone was ringing. Whenever you make something that's handmade, uh, put your name on it. Put your logo. This is my little logo. Um, it says Lulu, and then it's a little ladybug. Lulu ladybug. And if y'all know me, y'all know Lulu is my granddaughter. So this is pretty much the cup. We're done. What I'm going to do is put 2 final coats of epoxy. Here it is. Um, I'll use 2 coats of Flynn Sisters Fast Cure Epoxy. But this cup turned out really, really pretty. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Y'all be sure to come back and watch my next video. Thanks. Bye.